Later in the day, 3526 is now coming back into Thirlmere after its shuttle trip to Picton. While the locomotive is settling into the station, a steamroller is seen preserved by the Campbelltown steam machinery, as well as other vintage tractors and vehicles are seen near the level crossing. "3526 is now going forward to let more passengers off the train. Meanwhile, 4803 is awaiting its next duty. We now arrive at the New South Wales Rail Transport Museum, aka Thirlmere Rail Heritage Centre, at the new roundhouse, with 3642 getting ready for its return trip to Sydney. This scene here is seen from the museum's roundhouse window display. Also seen on display are railway headboards used by the New South Wales Rail Transport Museum. This one is the Paddy's Express. The two headboards are 10 years apart. The first one we see is celebrating 150 years of rail in New South Wales from 2005. The other one is celebrating 140 years of New South Wales Railways in 1995. And also the famous Southern Aurora headboard. While the 36th class locomotive is being serviced, 3016 and 2705 are seen returning to Thirlmere after a shuttle trip to Buxton. While the two locomotives are heading down to Thirlmere Railway Station, we take a look at the New South Wales Rail Transport Museum's collection. This one is the Silver City Comet, Australia's first air-conditioned train, introduced in 1937. The gigantic 60 class Garratt 6040, which was the last steam locomotive to ever come into New South Wales in 1957. Here is 3016's sister class locomotive, 3001, the class leader of the 30 class tender engines. While we have a look at 5917's sister, 5910. This locomotive has a significant role in the museum. 1905 was the first steam locomotive to travel over the Sydney Harbour Bridge during its trials. We now take a look inside diesel locomotive 4201, the class leader of the 42 class.
It goes absolutely not. That's the throttle.
The volunteers of the Rail Transport Museum have kindly let the public in to inspect diesel locomotive 4201. 4201 was Australia's first built diesel locomotive for New South Wales. It is powered by a General Motors Electromotor Division Model 567C V16 two-stroke engine rated at 1,750 horsepower. It had withdrawn from railway service in 1979. But due to locomotive shortages, it was undergoing overhaul for the New South Wales Railway's 125th anniversary celebrations in 1980 in its green and yellow livery. It then finally withdrawn from service in 1983. It was purchased and then later transferred to the museum on New Year's Eve 1983. We will now conclude this special edition with 2705 and 3016 double heading their way to Buxton on their final trip for the day.